Oh, is it recording now?
Yeah.
Oh, ni hao. How you going, guys?
Welcome back to the podcast.
We are coming at you live from Taiwan, Taipei.
Taipei, Taiwan. We are recording this in our hotel room, so a bit of a different vibe if you're watching. And we are using our vlogging equipment, so the audio might not be as crystal clear as it is when it's in the studio, but forgive us because we thought we would record an episode when we're actually physically in a place and reflecting on a trip just as it's happened,
And
so it's
all
fresh in our mind.
Fresh in our heads. Before we delve into our trip and chronologicise our adventures, I have a few fun facts about Taiwan here. I've just looked up on the Taiwanese government website. So I thought, who better than the government to tell us what's going on?
Must be real.
Taiwan has a population of 23.4 million.
Same as Australia.
Yeah, over 94.8% of the people here are the Han people. 2.6% are Indigenous, and 2.6% are immigrants, primarily from China and Southeast Asia.
Wow.
The president is Lai Ching-te, and the national currency, this is a good one to know because I thought they just used the Chinese yuan because it is a very Chinese kind of, like it's called the Republic of China, it's a very China-based country, but they actually have their own currency called the New Taiwan Dollar.
But a new Taiwan dollar is not equal to an Australian dollar, very much.
So the New Taiwan Dollar at the time of filming this is about, one Australian dollar is 23 new Taiwanian dollars. And the major religions here are Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, and Aikwan Tao.
I was reading that, I was like, I don't know how you're going to pronounce that.
Aikwan Tao.
Cool.
And yeah, that's the cool stuff.
Thanks for the facts.
Well, and that's what the Taiwanese government thinks is
You didn't
the
tell them what the national flower is.
Oh, the plum blossom.
That's nice.
Everyone wants to hear about that.
So that's crazy. So the population is 23.4 million, which must be close to what we have in Australia. But if you look at Taiwan on a map,
very small.
it is very, very small. It is like a tiny, teeny island off the coast of China. And, but do you know what? It's crazy that they have that many people because observation that we've made is that whilst Taipei is like obviously the capital and like major city, it doesn't feel like everyone's on top of each other.
Not for an Asian country, at least anyway. Like
No.
if you've ever been to an Asian country, you realise like space is a rare commodity there. It's everything's very built up. Everything's very much like go, 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 and you're bustling around kind of thing at pretty much all hours of the day. Here, we've been out mornings, lunchtime, evenings. It's been pretty easy to get around.
Yeah, I haven't felt on top of like claustrophobic and that feeling of like pushing through people in the crowd to try and make a path. Like it's very free and open and yeah, it's, I don't know what that is. It's, you look, like we're looking out at the city now. We've got a beautiful view of the city and like it isn't overly built up. It is quite like low density considering that the population is so big for such a small area really.
Well, let's get stuck into it. So we got, do we even cover the flights as well? So
I think we should because it's important.
well, it was actually because it was going to be a very different trip. So originally we had planned to do Shanghai and Taipei. So we were going to go to China and do Shanghai, but
the universe didn't want us to go.
The one time we stray from Jetstar and go, let's branch out. Let's try a new one. Everyone's been telling me all this good stuff about China Airlines. They're the most prestigious Asian airline, impeccable. So yeah, let's book China Airlines. Literally like 24 hours before we were about to leave, they were like, sorry, we're delaying the flight another 8 hours, so it's not going to be that. It's going to be a morning flight now, which means, it was Taipei and then Taipei to Shanghai. So then the transfer flight, we weren't going to be able to make that. So then it was undetermined as how long we'd be at the airport waiting for another flight. And we were just like, man, screw that. Let's just do Taipei then.
A week in Taipei.
Let's just go there and do a week in Taipei and get to know it really well. So yeah, that's what we did.
But To be honest, everything lined up so perfectly, and China Airlines were actually amazing.
Yeah,
because
once we did land in Taipei, they were kind of like, on the Australian end, they had no idea what they were doing, but
But when we actually got to an Asian
it
country,
was a bit, because we got
they
to the
were really
airport.
good.
We got to the airport, and in my mind, I was like, yeah, we'll just jump off at Taipei. But then in Australia, they were like, but your ticket is to continue on to Shanghai. I was like, yeah, I know, but I'm just not going to do that now. And they were
They
like,
were like, you can't just not.
you can't just not go to Shanghai if you booked to go to Shanghai. I was like, what do you mean? I'm giving you less stuff you have to do. I'm just going to jump off at Taipei, bro. You don't even have to worry about taking us
We're creating
to
less work
Shanghai.
for you.
We're doing less flights. He was like, but the ticket says Shanghai. So then our luggage has to go to Shanghai apparently, even though it's getting dropped in Taipei with us. He's like, I can't change this. It has to say Shanghai. Going to Shanghai, you're going to have to chat to the people in Taipei
At the transfer
and
desk.
see if they can sort you out. So the whole way to Taipei, I'm sitting in the flight. I'm like, oh, is this even going to work? Like,
Yeah, it was a bit stressful,
our
but
luggage is going to go there, whatever. But then when we got there, we got to the desk. There was an extremely nice lady. She was like, no, like it is going to cost you like this amount of money to get it all done. I think it was like $500 or something. And I was like, that's fine, that's sweet. But she was like, oh, but let me see if I can talk to my manager first, see if I can waive the fees. And they were able to waive all the fees.
we didn't have to pay anything.
Didn't have to pay anything, got our luggage, and everything was sweet.
Yeah, so it all worked out better than we could have imagined. And to be honest, I couldn't imagine if we'd done the original plan, doing 4 days in Shanghai and 4 days in Taipei, it would have been a bit
No,
chaotic.
and it really did influence my decision making going forward. And I think Liz agreed it's just so much nicer if you can just find one home base and just like establish yourself there.
Base yourself.
And even if you might not see quite as much, the quality of your seeing is just so much higher because there's just so much less to worry about, and you can immerse yourself in it and you can get more of an authentic feel for the place. Whereas if you're going here only for a few days and here, there's so much more of an element of stress, and then you're thinking about, yes, I unpack my stuff, but I know I'm going to have to repack it in like 2 days, so I'm not really settled and like...
Nothing stresses me out more than having to pack up a suitcase and check out of a hotel. I don't know why, but it really stresses me out. I know it's because I have OCD and I'm like, okay, I've got to put everything in the right place and we've got to make sure the place is clean, and I get myself so worked up. So when we can eliminate that... I think just being able to base yourself somewhere, you do get a better feel for like what it would be like to maybe live somewhere. Not that we're considering moving, but it is a really nice experience to be like, oh, this is what it would be like to walk down the street and you've got everything at your disposal. You've got FamilyMart, you've got 7-Eleven, you've got every fast food joint you could possibly imagine. Like,
yes, there's a lot of food places around here.
Yeah. Should we talk about the
bakeries.
food?
No, chronologicise it.
Okay,
So,
we'll get to the food.
We're at the airport and we're clear customs, we're good to go, get the train into the city. First thing we notice, wow, this place is like lush.
Oh, yeah.
We are on the train traveling through and into
a jungle,
the major city, and it was like literally going through the mountains and nothing but like jungle paradise on like either side. Like it was full, like if you've watched like Jurassic Park, like the landscape of Jurassic Park, it was beautiful. And
we didn't realise that, stupidly, because we did very little research.
Well, it was not stupid. It was on purpose. We wanted it to be a surprise.
But we didn't know that Taiwan is considered subtropical, and we're like, oh,
yeah, because every time we've been to Japan, it's been super cold. So we just like assumed it was going to be.
I was
Japan.
anticipating a winter cold trip, but it's actually been quite nice and warm here.
What was it the other day? Wasn't it like 37 or 38 or something?
It got pretty high. They didn't have the humidity, or actually I lie, we had experienced a little bit of humidity, but it's been more of a dry heat, which has been quite enjoyable actually, because you walk into the shopping centres and they're pumping the aircon. I was actually getting cold. I was grateful for the heat when we would come out and it would be like a little bit warmer.
Yeah. But we're getting the train into the city, get up above ground. First impressions, I was like, I think because I had high expectations from Japan in terms of like infrastructure and just how everything's set out, I was a little bit taken aback. I was like, because there was all really lots of mopeds, and like there was definitely a lot more kind of like homelessness and a bit more trash and that kind of stuff than what I would normally see in somewhere like Japan or any of the cities like that.
Or Korea.
So I was a little bit like, oh, it's not quite what I expected, but you learn to kind of love that about it in a way. It's a lot more raw and like authentic than those countries.
Has
so
a lot more character, I
So like,
feel.
don't get me wrong, the infrastructure's still there. They have a great transport system. It was cheap as, it was like $5 to get from like the airport to here, which was like a 40-minute train. And every train around the area has been like $2 or $3. Super fast, everything works on time. But yes, they're definitely not as definitely not as high strung, I should say, or definitely not as like built up as what the Japanese are. It's definitely more like almost like a mixture of Thailand in that way, but in a good way. It's very much relaxed here. All the people are very chill, and it makes for a really cool vibe when you're walking through all the back streets. It's like all these little pop-up stores, and when you're dealing with different vendors and shop fronts, they feel very much like you're supporting them and like their families kind of thing. Whereas in Japan, it's very much like it's all kept inside buildings and it's all very polished and trim, and almost loses a bit of its personality that way. It doesn't really have the face of the people. And the people you interact with in Japan, especially if it's a business or a shop front, they're very much like, you can tell it's an act that they're putting on as like the face of the business to like sell the product or whatever it is. Whereas I didn't really feel that with the people here. I didn't really feel like they were putting on an act. I felt like it was just people just being themselves.
Yeah, I think that's an observation we made from very early on, probably from the experience at the airport that we mentioned, that the Taiwanese people are very, very friendly, very warm, welcoming, kind, generous. Like they're just very chill as well. I think that's a really nice quality, is that they seem very relaxed. They don't seem to have the pressures that I think we notice people in South Korea and people in Japan place on themselves when it comes to what they wear, the way they present themselves. They just seem a little bit more relaxed. Like they don't have that societal pressure of like, you need to look this way, you need to behave this way.
And it was really interesting. Just yesterday we went on a walk, and I think I realised kind of why that might be a bit more ingrained in the people here. Is we went on a walk into the park, and there was a big statue about a time in their history. So what I didn't know, they had like a 50-year martial law ban. So like from
in the 90s.
from the 20s, from the 20s to like the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
1920s to the 1980s. It was like over 50 years of the government just having and military having complete control over everything. No one could say anything. No one could do anything. And it wasn't until quite recently that they kind of liberated themselves from that injustice and that suppression. So I feel like it is probably a little bit more important in their culture to not feel suppressed, to not feel like they have to act a certain way because there's like a higher authority telling them to, kind of thing. So I feel like that's maybe why the people here are a little bit more free to be themselves and free to not be so aligned with what people are telling them to do, because they do have this background of being suppressed for so long and now finally being free, really trying to retain that freedom.
Yeah, I think that's a good observation actually, and it was really nice walking through that park and reading some of the monuments, the little plaques that they have, and learning a bit more about the country. But yeah, so we arrived.
It was just before you finish that though. It was funny though because the monument was called the monument to the peril of the White Terror or something.
Oh yeah, we thought we were gonna read.
And
like...
I just assumed it was going to be bad mouthing us as Western people, because that's generally what we do. We rock up to countries and we make things difficult for people. But
but it wasn't about.
Turns
that
out it
all.
wasn't us. They were referring to their own political and military system at the time.
Yeah,
so.
he was like, "Do you want to go see the monument of what was it?
The White Terror."
The
They call
White
it the
Terror.
White Terror. Come on. How many other countries that they name something the White Terror generally has something to do with European settlement?
Yeah. But anyway, so back to day one, we arrived, as he was saying, the beautiful vegetation. What were you going to
I was
touch
going to
on?
say our hotel.
Oh my gosh.
The hotel we stayed at, probably the nicest hotel we've ever stayed
Which
at.
we weren't meant to be staying at because we were technically meant to be in China at this point. So
we
Hugh
never
booked this.
even got to see this one.
Oh, it was so beautiful. It was called Palais de Chine.
Palais.
Sorry, Palais.
Palais de
And
Chine.
what did that mean?
Palace de China.
It was so funny. He goes, I reckon Chine means China. And I was like, nah, it's probably something way more like sophisticated and philosophical. And then we look it up. It's just Palace de China.
It's Palace China.
Exactly as you would
China
expect.
Palace.
But it was very beautiful. It was in such a great spot right near the Taipei main train station.
Yeah, just above it.
Super easy. We get off the train because it's the worst when you get off, you've come off a long haul flight, you catch the train, you're like, I just want to get to my hotel and like relax because you're the stress sometimes of traveling, and it was so easy, wasn't it?
There.
And beautiful like hospitality there. The staff welcome you in every time, and they wish you goodbye when you leave.
Gave us candies.
Gave us candies, yeah. So we absolutely loved staying there. Would definitely recommend.
Oh, actually, hot tip though, even though it was a super nice hotel, still can't drink the water there. I did not know this.
Oh yeah, I'm glad.
And if
we
you're
learned
coming here,
this.
just something to remember, can't drink the water here. Or it's not as bad as like Bali and Thailand in terms of quality of water, but they still do advise, and old mate at the front desk did tell us, he was like, probably a good idea not to drink the water out of any of the taps, and to make sure you either buy bottled water or get it from like an official, like they had like a water station there.
Yeah,
there was
filtered water.
Filtered water kind of thing. But yeah, so when I was looking into it, I think because all the buildings here are a bit older and haven't really been re-infrastructured, all the pipes and everything are a bit old, so any water that comes out of the taps directly is just it's just not going to be the nicest to drink.
Yeah, I'm glad you told us that because we would have just been drinking the tap water otherwise.
'Cause it doesn't-
Again, we didn't do much research. We kind of just came on this trip and we're like, we'll figure it out as we go.
Definitely doesn't give like third world country vibes.
Oh no,
Like,
it's very clean.
Well, I keep looking over this way.
We're looking at the beautiful view.
Where's like we've got a really good view of the
We'll
city out
insert
this way.
photos throughout this as we bring up stuff.
But
so
yeah,
you can see.
it's not like it's not third world at all by any means. But
No.
however, the water is it's best to drink bottled water.
But yeah, what did we do on the first day? My memory is...
Just 8 to be honest. So we didn't get in till about 3 p.m. and then we got all our stuff settled in the room. And then luckily, like as we were saying, we were staying right in the middle of everything. So we were right on top of like a massive shopping mall. We just went downstairs and there was a big food court down there, and
we had a Japanese beef curry, I think. Is that what we ate? And then we...
No, we had some it was like a vegetarian buffet thing I got some stuff from.
Yeah, so we sort of had some food and we didn't really do much on the first day because, again, like big day of travel and a little bit tired. But then the next day, what did... I'm looking at you because I forgot.
What do you reckon we did? What do we do the first morning pretty much every...
Oh, we went to the gym.
Yes, we did.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay, so the gym that we've been to 2 while we've been here. We would recommend only one of those.
Being Sport is
great
amazing gym. And I'm sorry to say this because this is my heritage I'm besmirching right now, but the world gyms here, horrendous.
Yeah, we went to like a actual world gym, like the brand,
It was
the chain we have at
super
home.
expensive. It was like $50 per person, which is outrageous. And it was like, all the machines were, I don't know, for any machine enthusiast, they were all Matrix, which there's a few half decent Matrix, but the majority of Matrix machines are just like real kind of pedestrian level. Yes.
Pedestrian level?
Like the machine moves, but it doesn't move the way that it should for,
it's more like
bodybuilding.
general population sort of machines. Like
you can
not
sweat.
Bodybuilder.
It'll make you sweat anyway, but we're not allowed to sweat.
Yeah. So yeah, we would recommend Being Sport. So we went and trained. We had a great session. And then we went out and started exploring because we hadn't really seen much of the city at this point.
We kind of just like to put our feet to the street on that first day.
Yep.
Especially in the area we're in, and just kind of familiarise ourselves and walk around. And this actually links quite well into it. After the street had been hit numerously by our feet, my feet were not feeling that great, throbbing after years of abuse of a heavy frame. And I said to Liz, I go, do you want to get a massage? And we were like, yeah, let's hit it up. So we looked out and found the local massage place. And we went and got a foot massage. And holy...
It was an experience, to say the least.
This was a new experience for me. So I'd never gotten a foot massage before, so I think maybe I had years of like pressure and trauma built up in my feet. But I also had a man who knew his way around a pair of feet. He was a little strong Taiwanese man, and
He was very strong.
he had something inside him that he needed to get out that day, and he got it out through my feet. I could literally see in his face, he's looking at me and he's getting us all prepped. So they're all nice to start off with. You put your legs out and they've got the warm towels and they're putting the towels over your legs and kind of propping it and stuff. And then he just gets my foot and he's all still prim and proper. And then he just starts going... like smacking the
Literally
shit out of my
smacking.
feet like as hard as he can, just like uppercut and fucking Mike Tysoning my feet, like literally just like roundhouse knockout punches. And I was literally like looking at him, and I was so startled. I was literally like, "Are we in a fight right now? Like, are we?"
He was having a fight with your feet.
I was like, "Well, do I
And
need
he
to,
won.
do I need to start defending myself? This guy is just laying into me." And then he's kind of chilled, and then but yeah.
I was the whole time, because we were sitting right next to each other, and I was trying so hard not to laugh because I knew he was going to be struggling.
Liz's girl wasn't doing it. Liz's girl was being real nice.
She was being quite gentle. I mean, it still hurt, but she wasn't smacking me. Like,
beating the shit out of my
what did
feet.
you do to that man? You must have given him a bad look, or you've done something in a past. Like, what did you say? He'd kicked his dog in a past life?
Yeah, I must have done something bad to him, or that he was the dog that I kicked in a past life. And then he kind of just saw me come into the building, and he was like, "This is my time. This is my time to get my revenge."
I was trying so hard not to laugh because every time I'd look over, he was like grimacing.
Yeah,
and
it was not relaxing at all. And then when he wasn't beating my feet up, he had him and still putting like his knuckles into the side of him and like digging into
How was when they did like the outside of your
points,
foot?
yeah.
Like, I found this bit so painful, and then the heel as well. Honestly, all of it was pretty painful.
I was literally the whole time just had my eyes closed, just going. But in his defense, my feet have not hurt since.
Yeah.
Like usually that's a reoccurring on holidays. I'll have to roll my feet out heaps of the
You
end
get
of the
really
day.
sore feet,
I get
yeah.
really sore feet. I haven't hurt a single day since then. So
I think it was years
he
overdue.
knew what he was doing. I said at the time it was like, even though it wasn't enjoyable, it was like the same way as in training isn't necessarily enjoyable in the moment, but you still enjoy it because you know it's doing some good for you. Whereas same as what he was doing for my feet, like it did not feel good at all, but it felt like it was kind of like what they needed.
I think it was years of abuse to your feet.
He exercised my feet demons.
Yeah. But then, that was pretty much all we did on that first day. We just sort of walked around and explored. The following day, we went to Taipei 101, which we can actually see from here. It's the biggest building here in the city. It's an awesome...
It used to be the biggest building in the world as of 2005, but then
Wow.
It got overtaken.
I think it's the 4th highest building in Asia, I read somewhere. But yeah, really would recommend going up there. To be honest, that whole area underneath the building is awesome. It's very modern. It was actually, when we went out that way, it was kind of the first time we experienced what we felt a major city would feel like, because it was a bit more like a business district. It felt there was a lot of people getting around, a lot more cars.
It was very much if you ever go to Seoul in South Korea and you go over to the Gangnam district, it was very similar to that. Very kind of like World Trade Center business vibes.
There is a World Trade Center there too.
Yeah, World Trade Center there, World Trade Center.
Yeah, so it felt like a real hub. So I definitely recommend going out there and going up the 101. Going up the 101.
Going up the 101.
Do you remember how much it was?
Well, those touristy things are always more expensive. But
Yep.
it was like in comparison to other ones that've been up, not too bad. I think it was like $30 or something.
Oh, it's not too bad. And it's really nice up there. There's some cafes up there. Yeah, we had a...
I think it was like the fastest elevator in the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Fastest elevator in the whole world.
1,000
We have been on it.
1,010 meters per second.
It was a crazy experience. If you've ever been like, this is so niche and only some people will understand this, people on the Gold Coast, but the Superman escape ride at Movie World on the Gold
very
Coast.
much like that.
You know that feeling of like the G, you can feel the G's.
It presses you back into your seat. Yeah.
It was like that, but in an
But
elevator.
pressing down on your body into your feet, like you felt like
It was crazy.
Felt like you weighed like 20 kilos.
I think it
more.
took less than a minute to get...
Again, your perception is warped, man. It was like 10 seconds.
No, it said on the screen. It said
Well, you
like
think about
35 seconds.
1,000 meters a second. How many meters up do you think that thing is?
So, it's 87...
Even if it was just 10 meters, that would be a kilometer.
Yep.
No, that would be 10 kilometers. It's going a kilometer. Wait.
Look, maths is not... It took 35 seconds. It's on the screen.
Wait, it's not 1,000 meters a second.
I love that you're questioning my math skills, and now you're
It was
questioning
1,000
yourself.
meters a minute. Okay, no.
We haven't had a coffee yet. The
If it
brain's
was
still...
1,000 meters a second, that would be astounding.
Anyway, would highly recommend. Beautiful views up there. You get like full 360 views, and you get a good feel for like how big Taipei is. Like, yes, it's not the biggest city in the world, but it is pretty big, and the city goes up into the mountains. So we are surrounded by mountains. And that was another comparison we made to Seoul in South Korea. When you're in Seoul, you can see mountains everywhere. And it's such a bizarre feeling when you're in the middle of a city to see like beautiful mountain ranges. I feel like normally you have to travel to see that. So yeah, really beautiful. And then we had a good walk around the city there in that particular district.
So we got back to our hotel after Taipei 101, and as we do, we go out to get some more food. And something we noticed around here is obviously they have a big convenience store culture as well, same as most Asian countries. But if you are coming here yourself, FamilyMart, definitely the standout contender. So they have FamilyMart, 7-Eleven and
High Life.
High Life. High Life probably gets the novelty award because when you walk into it, it says, "Welcome to High Life."
Yeah, it's so cute.
But in terms of the quality of what you'll find in them, FamilyMart is
The best.
leagues above the other two.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of our food from there, and FamilyMart, like the convenience store, is also just really handy if you want anything, honestly.
And train stations. Train stations in Asian countries, especially the major ones.
Amazing.
If you ever want good food, underneath the train station.
Yeah.
So there'll be like the major train station wherever you're staying at. And then if you go like 1 or 2 floors down, there'll be a big network of like restaurants, cafes, shops. And they always have the best. That's where the best stuff is.
We've had some of the best feeds. So the one close to us here, there's a pork bun lady who sells the most amazing pork buns, and we bought some pineapple.
I mean, I'm sure there's more to her than just pork buns, but she
I'm sure she's got a lot.
to us, she is the pork bun lady.
We also picked up some pineapple cake, which is a specialty here in Taiwan. If you're going to buy anything and eat anything while you're in Taiwan, get yourself some pineapple cake. We have a whole box sitting over there that's been eaten. It was so funny. We went to order it and we're looking at the price and we're like, well, that seems a bit expensive.
It was like $20. I was like, $20 for like a little bit of pineapple cake.
Yeah.
But it was a box of 12 pieces.
12 little individually wrapped.
It's more of a shortbread cube.
Yeah, it's like a shortbread with like pineapple
filling.
Oh, it's so good. So we'd highly recommend that. But yeah, and then so on a following day we went out to, I really wanted to see a temple because they have some beautiful temples here. We mentioned the religions, so Buddhist, Taoism, Christianity, did you mention as well? So we went out to the Lungshan Temple, which I believe is the oldest temple here in Taipei. I think it comes from like way back in like the 1700s, and it was really cool. It was the thing I like about the temples here is it's very, I think it's what we would expect to see if we had gone to China. Like the architecture is so different, like dragons and very colorful. If I was to compare it to Japan, where the temples are normally they're normally similar colors,
Very
and
uniform.
very uniform, very neat and tidy. Whereas the ones here, they have, I would say, a bit more character, and it was really cool to see. There was a lot of people doing some kind of different rituals. There was one, I would love to learn more about this, but they have these little they almost look like orange slices, but they're hard, and they were throwing them on the ground. I would love to figure out why they were doing
some
that.
kind of ritualistic
Yeah.
tradition amongst temples.
But the temples were beautiful, or that one that we went to was beautiful and free entry. It was a bit of a rougher neighborhood. We were vlogging when we were walking out there, and I did comment
But when
on
we
it.
say
I was
rough, it's more just the
gritty.
the vibe of it, and just the smell and the look and everything. Whenever you hear, don't ever feel like rough means dangerous. Because I know in a lot of countries, if you say it's a rough neighborhood, it means it's scary, it's dangerous, you might get mugged, all that kind of stuff.
No, gritty is probably a better
not
word.
here. Just there's not that anywhere. Or obviously we haven't been everywhere, but never anywhere that I've been here or Japan for that matter, or Korea have I ever felt like there was ever any chance of anything like dangerous happening.
No,
It's
safe.
just some neighborhoods are a little bit more impoverished than others.
Yeah, there was a lot more homeless. As we're walking closer to the temple, and ChatGPT did tell me that expect to see a few more homeless, and it might feel a little bit more rough around the edges. Again, rough, I mean gritty and maybe not quite as clean, but again, overall, the country or the city has been very safe, very clean. Not really any litter. I haven't seen much litter. And you mentioned, it getting a bit smelly. For the most part, it's not too smelly.
No, it's good.
So yeah, we went out to the temple. That was really beautiful. And then the following day, we actually decided to do a hike. So we're looking at it now, and I'm pointing in the direction. So out near Taipei 101 district, there is a beautiful mountain that you can see, and it's called
Elephant Mountain.
Elephant Mountain, or Xiangshan, I think is the Mandarin name for it. And it was beautiful. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a long hike. It's more a steep incline, stairs the whole way. Very doable.
It could be long. If your fitness level isn't that great, it's probably going to take you a while because you'll probably need to take a few breaks.
Yep.
But it's not long in terms of length, as in the amount of meters you have to cover. It's just a very steep elevation. So, but it's all steps. So it's not like you've got to bring hiking equipment or anything.
No.
But it is a very steep elevation. So it has the potential to be a short hike, but only if your fitness levels can make it so.
Yeah, we were really proud of ourselves. We powered up this hike. I think the bodybuilders in us, we get quite competitive with ourselves.
Well, Liz especially.
Yeah, I was
just following her.
I was I don't know why, but
she gets a little kick out of overtaking people on the mountain.
I really do. I just, I don't know, it feels good to feel fit and to feel athletic. And so I think I was
and to rub it in people's faces, apparently.
You make me sound so awful. No, it was really good though. Yeah, he's like, two at a time, Liz, two at a time. You were egging me on as well.
Oh, that's just the way I'm set up. I rely more on my quadricep size and strength than on my aerobic capacity. So
so Hugh's taking the stairs two at a time.
It's a lot easier for me to take more steps in one go than it is to do little steps the whole way up.
But anyway, we get to the top of the mountain, and yes, there's a beautiful view of the city, and you're feel like you're in the middle of a jungle, even though you're still in the heart of the city. But then we walk up, and we're there's a gym up here. There was an outdoor jungle-style gym, and the only people using it were very elderly people.
All over 60, potentially 70, even 80, some of the people there.
Keep in mind that you have to hike
the mountain
to
get up here.
to this gym. So they've not only hiked this mountain.
Pumping iron as soon as they get up here. Man,
it was amazing, and it had the dumbbells were made out of they looked like they were made of wood. I did get some footage I'll insert it. But yeah, it was literally just all elderly people training, and yeah, just really impressed us that not only had they hiked this mountain, but they were then getting a workout in. I love that. So yeah, would definitely recommend doing this hike. It was nice to get out of the city. We always, if we can do a hike when we're away overseas, not only for like the fitness aspect, but we just love to get like out in nature, and I feel like it's healthy because we don't live in like a major city on the Gold Coast. We do have a lot of open space. So I think we crave that like feeling of just being out like in nature and being outside. So yeah, would highly recommend doing that. I think anyone could do it, but yeah, it just depend on your fitness level of how fast you're going to do it. But yeah, very doable hike.
They do have multiple kind of like break points on the way up. So.
Yeah. Definitely. So then yesterday, what did we do yesterday?
Yesterday was what I was talking about before. We went for a walk through we train, and then
We've trained most days. Very proud of us.
Walk through the Peace Park.
Oh yeah, the Peace Park. Yeah, the Peace Park was beautiful. And then we didn't even know what we were walking towards. So I was standing out on the balcony the other day, and I was like, "Oh, Hugh, there's like some cool temples down there. We should go have a look." And he's like, "Yeah, that's where the Peace Park is." So our objective was the Peace Park yesterday, but then we kept walking. Once we'd seen the White Terror monument, we walked out to. There's this beautiful area. So it's called. There's the Liberty Square, which is this huge area, and in between, like on each corner of the square, you've got like a concert hall on one side, I think another concert hall on the other, and that was what I'd seen from the balcony. There's these big, huge orange roofs, but then there's also a memorial for a past leader of the Republic of China, which I think was Taiwan at one point. So yeah, that was really cool. It was really nice to go out there and see something a bit more traditional. And then we caught the train back here, and we started gathering some food, didn't we? So, I mean, that's pretty much all we've done, but I think we wanted to just make some observations on, or share some observations that we've made. Like, we've spoken about how beautiful the Taiwanese people are. We have made a lot of comparisons to Japan and Korea, and also Thailand. So Hugh hasn't been to Thailand yet, but we are going later in the year. I went earlier in the year, and I think that was the first like comparison I made, and Hugh as well. Like, it's almost like a blend of Japan and Thailand. And I think when we say Thailand, it's like the calmness and the relaxed feel, but then also a bit of the infrastructure and the architecture, and like the being in nature as well.
And everyone being on mopeds.
We wanted to hire one, but you can't because we don't have a motorbike license. So if you do have a motorbike license, I would recommend doing that. That would be
Thailand,
really fun.
Not an issue. Here, they have a few more rules than Thailand.
Yes, which I appreciate. But yeah, is there any other observations that you've made while we've been here that you wanted to talk about?
Maybe just a few foods to try. They're really good on, although I hesitate to recommend this because it really depends on where you go. But like as ChatGPT says, like popcorn chicken here is like a really good thing.
Yeah.
We had this popcorn chicken, like fried popcorn chicken, popcorn squid in it. I think it's the Xiangshan
the walking street
shopping district, and they were really good.
So good.
Really good. However, we got some closer to us last night that were really bad. So
yeah, I think it had like cartilage in it.
Yeah, there just wasn't any flavouring or seasoning,
But if you can find a good one, oh my god, it's like KFC but like Asian inspired. Oh my god, it was so good. And then the pork buns, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah. Just all the flavours here are a lot more, we say it's like authentic or like traditional. So
yeah,
like don't expect to be blown away with flavour. If you want blown away with flavour, you go to Japan. Japan, all their food is like
or Korea.
Hectic amount of sauces and flavours and all that kind of stuff. Here is a little bit more like a milder palate, I would say, of kind of like just the food kind of tastes like how it should taste.
Yeah.
Rather than like...
a bit more authentic.
An enhanced, jacked up, like sauce to the gills version of it.
Do you know what though? I think it was good because it stopped us from overeating.
Yeah.
So like whilst the food was yummy, it wasn't that like addictive yummy of like, oh my God, I need to keep eating this, which I think was probably a blessing because hopefully we'll come back and we won't be too much heavier than when we left. That's another thing, both
They've
of the
had
hotels.
scales at both the places we've
They've had
stayed at.
scales at both the hotels, so we've been keeping an eye on our weight and it hasn't budged too much.
I think I have noticed that too, actually. I feel like the people here, I haven't really noticed too many overweight people here.
No, everyone's pretty healthy. Yeah, very active. They walk everywhere or they ride a bike or just conscious of that sort of thing. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the whole trip. We sort of wanted to touch on some things while it was fresh in our mind. We have vlogged this trip as well. So there'll be some vlogs on our YouTube channel that you can check out. And we'll insert photos throughout so you can see what we're sort of talking about. But I think that's everything. So we will fly home tonight back to Australia. And
Also, if you're going to come here, just learn a little bit of the language, because when we decided to incorporate a little bit of the language, it definitely made the experience feel a lot more authentic
Yes.
as well. Like, it's a bit awkward if you're just standing there and they say hello, or just simple things like hello and thank you and stuff like that. So
they speak
and
Mandarin.
It is Mandarin. So yeah, that's a good thing to know, is just Mandarin, because I over confused myself because I looked it up and they were like, oh, it's Mandarin, but it's a Taiwanese version of Mandarin. And then some people don't even speak that, they just speak Taiwanese. So I was like, I'm just not going to learn it. I'm just going to go and speak English. But just Mandarin. If you just learn a few simple Mandarin sayings,
You can get by.
everyone will know.
Actually, that's something we should mention. They speak a lot of English.
Yeah, they do speak the English very well.
We haven't really had any issue speaking to people or trying to communicate. And all of the staff at the hotel spoke like perfect English.
But it's nice though, like when you make an effort to speak their language
yeah.
too. Like I found even at the convenience stores or at restaurants or whatever, they'll be like a little bit low sometimes. But then if you say "she she," which is thank you, they're kind of like, oh, "she she."
Yeah, they do appreciate it, which is so fair. Yeah, I think that's everything we want to talk about. We'll see you on the next potty. How do we end our potties? Bye bye.
Bye bye.